This podcast and its content was created and recorded on Kaurna land. We would like to acknowledge the Kaurna people, the traditional custodians of the land we reside on, and their connections to land, sea and community. We pay our respect to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today.
Hey, welcome back. It's us. Here we
You
grow.
did that last year, I reckon.
Yeah.
You've used
Well,
that
I
term.
didn't do it in the first episode, did I?
That was when someone had a week off, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
come on.
Sorry.
It took you 0.5 of a second to get stuck into me.
Sorry.
Who would be welcoming anyone back to the first episode, though?
Yes. What? Welcome to
Last season.
season 2 of Here We Crow. It's off to a great start. It's off to a flyer, some would say, like the Crows. And it is episode 1 or episode 46, depending on where you're picking it up.
This is the preseason warm-up episode, just by the way.
So it's not 46. We're not counting. This is episode 46.
No, we can. It counts.
Well, yeah, just in terms of
Wow.
doing jumper numbers, but yeah, it is season 2, episode 1.
You guys have totally derailed my intro.
You didn't have
Ben, hit us up with some 46s.
So, yes, we've got Paul Patterson. We all remember Paul Patterson.
Pato.
Paddo from,
Played 9 games. Daryl Wintle.
Wintle.
Yep.
Yep.
Chris Schmidt. And
I remember Chris Schmidt.
Yeah, me
Schmitty.
too.
Yeah.
before changing his number, Rory Laird.
Schmidt
Doss.
went somewhere, didn't he? He went to another club after us, I reckon. For a
Yes.
Did he?
Yeah, Woodville West Torrens.
Research stopped at the first guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
very
Patterson.
good. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, well done, Ben. That's great.
We have
Only another few numbers we have to worry about that segment for.
Yeah.
That's all right. So if you're bored
That's
of
a
it,
segment?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Being the preseason episode, we've got plenty of preseason-y stuff to talk about. The Crows have started playing some football, which has been amazing. It was a Lord of the Rings style marathon game last Friday night against Fremantle. And we're going to get stuck into that right after the pre-game warm-up.
Cool drinks.
I just want to point out that once again, Dan didn't introduce any of the hosts.
I was changing it up this year and I was going to do it in this bit.
Oh.
Sam. Welcome, Sam.
Hello, Dan. We've
you
all
for-
talked, at least. I
Thank you
guess.
for bringing in the bit. It was because you guys derailed me that
Yeah.
I...
We put
Oh,
him
yeah.
off his game, which is
Welcome.
usually very sharp.
Welcome, Lauren.
Hi. I'm so happy to be back.
She is, though.
Yeah, I love it.
And
I think
welcome, Ben.
we're all happy to be
Thanks,
back, aren't
Dan.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
good.
excited.
Yeah.
It's like we got we haven't worked out how to not talk over each other yet.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
We've gone back to like the first episode we ever did.
Rusty.
I don't know. I think anything could be as bad as that. It was pretty
Have you listened to it
terrible.
again? Oh boy.
Oy.
Oh,
Jesus.
boy. What have you got for us, Sam?
We have it's actually a new beer for the Little Bang core range, but it's called Sun Bear Hazy. It's been around for a little while. It was canned sort of late last year. It is why is this so hard to find? It's a Session Hazy or something, but I can't actually find it on the
Yeah,
can.
it is.
Is that what it says?
But proceeds go to actually helping sun bears live safer and happier lives.
Yeah.
They're an endangered species.
That's kind of the start of Little Bang's new like packaging. They've got the old brewer from Uradler. So anyone that was a fan of Uradler beers probably a couple of years ago, definitely jump back in and have a bit of a sample of some of the hazies that Little Bang are producing now, because he is an excellent brewer. I still can't find the exact what this beer is. It's not written on it. I swear it was written on it originally, but this is Anyway,
Any
doesn't
research
matter.
at all, mate?
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of research, but anyway, we'll test this out and give our feedback at the end.
But while we do that, I'd like to throw to my colleague Lauren for her music.
Hello. Bit of music. Well, since we last recorded a podcast, which was just before Christmas, for the Christmas special, a lot of good music has come out, Dan.
It really has.
Been a flurry. Lots of new music from some of the artists we've already featured on the pod. Shame has just released a new
I'm a
album.
big fan of that.
Who else?
Fucked up.
Yeah, Fucked Up. We've played them before. They've just released a new record. Look, there's a bunch. I did not think about this before. Anyway, one of my favourite artists has just released about 3 new singles off her forthcoming record, and that is Canadian singer-songwriter Feist, otherwise known as Leslie Feist. She has featured in the band Badly Drawn Boy. Yes, I was like, am I saying the right thing? That's what I meant to say. But she is one of my favourite artists. In fact, I think everything she's ever released is amazing. Her forthcoming record is called Multitudes, and this is one of the singles she's released this week. It's called In Lightning.
When the lightning flashes, flash and thunder loves me back. And in lightning, I can keep my energy intact. And when the lightning is like the sun, I feel what love could be.
Very nice.
Truly illuminated.
Very nice.
The future does the
Dan?
Very nice. Yeah, I have had given that a listen prior, and it is a great track and great EP.
It's actually an album. It's just a lot of singles. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Get around it, Ben.
Yeah, very distinctive, and I'm not necessarily against it.
That
Seems pretty
That
good.
is a pretty good start for the
Positive
year,
start.
guys.
Very
2023.
Sam?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feist has been around forever, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's been around for a long time. But you remember My Moon, My Man?
Yeah.
That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 song, which
Yeah.
was on the, I
Ad.
think, like the ad, the Spice ad.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, or Master Foods or something like that. Yeah, pretty classic tracks.
Yep.
Before we get to Dan's song, Ben has a song.
Who's hosting?
I do.
I don't know why he gets
Me right
on
now.
episode 1.
Well, I don't know why it's any less appropriate.
Talk to us.
Yeah, so as you said, some good music's come out recently. So I've chosen one from 1989. So over the pre-season, been trying to listen to some bands I haven't really given much of a go of previously. So
So you went all the way back to 1989.
I
figured
did.
it out.
This is a band that seems a lot of people talk about being influential on bands that I quite enjoy who came out a little bit after them. So it is the Pixies. I used to have a housemate who was, from memory, pretty keen on the Pixies, and it's only taken me 15 years to give it a go.
So these guys are a new
Listening.
band for you.
No, well, I knew the Pixies, but I hadn't really listened to them intensely.
You could have seen them come. They played the other week.
I did. Was it a week or year?
Last year.
Yeah,
But
last
It
year.
was weeks ago. Anyway,
Everything's
continue.
weeks ago. It's just a matter of how many. So
Jesus, has Ben got grumpy?
Oh, man.
Carry on.
Anyway,
Anyway, so it's an ode to our new captain. It's a song that apparently they were quite hesitant in releasing. Their producer stopped them for their first 2 albums bringing this one out because it sounded too commercial. But it is called Here Comes Your Man.
absolute classic track, that one.
So yeah, other than the chorus, it's tough to link too much to our captaincy changeover. I've abstractly tried to use the second verse a little bit. They're talking about a big stone fall and break my crown. So maybe that's got to do with Sloaney giving it up or Duday's chances of getting the captaincy not occurring. But let's keep it positive and just say, here comes our man.
So
That is-
Ben, I did have the pleasure of seeing them play that song in their encore when they came.
Ah,
It
yes.
was-
Yep.
Spot on.
I was
it-
there too, Dan.
Yeah, you were. It's a bit of an anomaly though, isn't it, that song, compared to the rest of their catalogue? I think it's not very...
Well, look, I actually went to that show kind of the same as Ben. Like, I have never really delved into Pixies material. I just know the big songs. But my partner is a massive Pixies fan and, in fact, got down the front of the gig and came out a wet mess.
Love it.
Because they played 2 of their albums in full that night. It was a really good show, though. Amazing.
It was great.
Sam, do you have a song? Oh, no.
Lauren.
We don't let you have songs.
We don't know.
So for my track, it's a new one as well, by a band called, or an artist called Eve's Tumor. who is the alias of Miami musician Sean Bowie, has released 4 records to date since 2015, with a new album coming out soon in March. It's called Praise the Lord who chews but which does not consume, or simply Hot Between Worlds. It's one of those big long titles. And the single I've picked is Not Buy Something for Kate. It's not a cover, but it's called Echolalia. Eve's Tumor, Sam?
Yeah, I'm a big Eve's Tumor fan. I haven't listened to this album though, so
I think it's just the one song so far.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, that would explain why. Because I'm usually Spotify shoves them in front of me. So yeah, okay, cool.
For
I
me,
liked it. It's great.
It's got a bit of Dandy Warhol's about it, something vocally anyway. Lauren?
Yeah, I'll have a listen. The rest of the album comes out. I don't know if that's really my jam anymore.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But what do I know?
A few more bongs maybe. Ben?
It's like you're implying I've smoked some.
I think I've had just the right amount of bongs. It sound okay.
That's all you're going to say about it?
Well, you want more
He's
than
too
just
stoned.
okay.
And that is the pre-game warm-up.
If you want to know what's in the spring, get into Rowan Jarman.
It's back, my segment.
I'm dying to know what's in this spring.
I have received mountains, and I don't know how they got my new address because I moved. So
You might have to actually start a bonfire with all of the fan mail that you've been getting.
Once the fire restrictions are over.
Since the poll last year, you've just been going great guns.
Yeah. How many votes did I get? 2?
None.
I think it was how many vote.
Shut up, dude. All right. I got the pleasure of going on a junket trip to New Zealand last week, and I never thought I'd say this, but I think I may have had the best pie I've ever eaten.
Oh, we can't do a bakery tour in New Zealand.
Well,
it's a bit unfair.
Yeah.
We don't get to all go on junkets.
Sorry. I stayed in this town in Marlborough called Blenheim, and they you ask people what to do or where to go, and quite often the answer is the Burley Pie Shop, or something along those lines is what it's called. It's called the Burley, and it absolutely lived up to expectation.
New Zealand's quite partial to the old cheesy steak pie, aren't they?
They are, but this was super fancy. They had pies with truffle in them. They had all their pies with meat in them were just chock full of meat. It was some serious stuff.
What did you have?
You've always had a go at me about liking fancy bakeries.
No. So this isn't the wank.
He's changed.
No, I didn't think you were a pie man, Sam.
Well,
I thought
I'm
you
not
were
usually.
True, he did say that.
Yeah, I'm not usually, but
and
I'm
when
converted.
you say truffle in a pie, that doesn't sound wanky at all.
No, well, they're like the traditional style of pie still. Like this, it was truffle in it, but other than that, it could have just been a steak pie just with truffle in it, sort of thing. It wasn't like trying to be something they weren't. Yeah.
So what kind of pie did you eat?
I had 3.
Just in the one sitting?
Yeah. They were really good. I bought 2 and had to go back. Actually, no, that's a lie. I bought 2 pies, and then they had these really funky sausage rolls that looked like they were really fat. They were this wide, so you had to chew them weirdly because they didn't fit in your mouth. Yeah,
like a burrito.
Yeah, almost. Yeah,
Sam did this so much junketing. He needed to eat 3 pies.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, curry chicken pie, and then their famous one was this lamb one. It was very tasty.
Are you sure they were tasty pies, or were you just drunk from all the wine you were sampling?
No, because we went early in the morning. I would have been open to that as being a thing.
So this was a breakfast 3 pie.
It was.
Wow.
Because they told us this
is getting weirder and weirder.
We went there. I had to go. They told us to go there at 10:30 because it gets too busy.
Oh,
yeah.
So you had 3 pies at 10:30.
Yeah. Wow. And then after that, we went to this air museum, which is sort of opened by Peter Jackson and James Cameron, the movie producers. And they just
never
love planes.
heard of him.
Oh, really?
No.
You joking? But some of you surely some. Don't you like Lord of the Rings?
Of course I've heard of them.
Oh,
Also,
good.
they're directors.
Oh, directors. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, that wasn't one of my things. It's just it was interesting afterwards. It was very
Wait
good.
a minute.
What?
I have more questions.
Yeah, go on.
So when you went to this air museum, did
Yeah.
you actually board a plane?
No. It was all really nicely done though.
It was all done
really
before
old
midday
planes.
that day.
Yeah. So no, it was good. I
Is
liked
that
it.
everything?
Not in my goods. I got one more.
Oh,
Can I
Just
just
one.
say something? I've had a lot of ribbing from you about being an old man tonight, and you're off to plane museums.
Yeah. Fair comment.
he's into aviation now.
Yeah, I'm a big aviation fan. I'm just going to go down. You know that little spot at the end of Adelaide Airport where people sit and watch the planes? Yeah, I'm just going to go there. Take some food, a thermos.
Maybe a few pies.
Yeah.
Just relive the
Some
experience.
Yeah, I
people
think
retire
so.
there.
Do they? Well, just stand there. Yeah. There's always people there.
Yeah.
All hours of the day.
Retirees.
Yeah.
Go on.
My only other good thing is The Last of Us. Is anyone watching it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is very good.
Ooh.
I loved episode 3. I thought that was such a good little side story.
Do you know, I nearly didn't watch it the night that it came out, because currently watching Survivor, obviously.
Of course.
Fitting in 2 shows on a Monday is very hard, but there was too much internet chatter. So I was like, we have to watch it. Let's just watch it.
Yep.
And I've never gone to bed so brokenhearted.
Yep. And then they followed it up with like 2 more episodes that sort of felt the same as well.
Yeah.
It is a very good show.
You
I
have, to
recommend.
you have to leave the dads out of the TV chat because we don't get to watch anything.
Did you know that Pedro Pascal is the internet's daddy?
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that.
Watch out, Matthew Nix, because Pedro Pascal is coming.
Footwear sacrificed at half price and equipment slashed to half price. Rowan Jarman's huge half price sale. Don't miss it.
Now, we've put aside half the episode for this part. So.
I've been in airports recently too, so don't worry, I'm loaded. How good was the telecast of the Crows trial match? Absolutely no expense spared there from KO. That was nicely done. Wow, did they have like 2 cameras there, tops, just zooming in and out? That was
Apparently,
great.
one of the cameramen just like left in the middle of it.
Just left it just on wide. That'll do. Yeah, that was terrible to watch. Anyway, I know it was not a proper trial match, so the fact that we got it on KO is probably enough, but yeah, no, that was pretty poor. Dropping head for the first test in India. Probably need to look at Ben for this one because you guys probably don't give a shit.
Nope.
Just baffling decision.
Yeah, good way to ruin someone in confident form.
Yeah, no, that was just not good. And they just righted their wrongs and brought him back for the next test anyway. So, yeah, very strange. Dan's hat at Laneway.
I forgot about that.
We might
Tell
have
us
to.
more. We need to put it in the slides.
We need to find a picture.
There will be one.
Dan,
Tell us about the hat.
Dan's usually someone I look to because Dan's pretty cool, isn't he? Do we
No.
think Dan's cool?
Lauren doesn't. She knows cooler people.
It was some sort of like weird cross between I don't know, like a sun hat and a Western hat or something. It was black and it had little
Look, it was about keeping me not getting burnt. I'm fair skinned, and for those who can't see me,
yeah.
and it doesn't take me much to get burnt. And I was there from 11:30.
You got there early, yeah. So
What the fuck, man?
yeah, he was
That's
there
a long
super
day.
early.
I needed to see Placement in the morning, so go see them if you get a
Placement.
chance.
Did they play?
No, it wasn't Placement.
It was that Adelaide band that
It
you
was
went
the
to
other
see.
band
Cold
with
Wave.
members of Placement in it. Cold Wave.
Cold Wave. That's
You're
it.
the music guy.
Yeah, Cold Wave.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cold Wave.
I
Good
don't-
band. They're playing at the Crown and Anchor this Friday. Get down.
They are.
Are we
With
putting?
Placement.
That's why I got confused. No, there are shared members. Anyway,
Have we got our TikTok up and running yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I don't really go on TikTok very often, but I see the dregs of it over on Facebook and whatever. I really hate these videos where people pay for someone's shit, but they film it. And they go into like a supermarket and then they just pay for groceries and pretend like they're doing it for the person involved, but it's all just for their little internet
The ones
clout.
where they're like, oh, hey, do you want this $5 or do you want this $600 and
Yeah.
you can give it to anyone you want?
Yeah.
And the nice, generous person will be like, I'll give $600 away. That's a really nice deed.
Yeah.
And then they end up with like $1,000 at the end.
Yeah.
And then they go,
Always.
give us a hug, man.
Yeah.
And it's just like, does this person even know you're filming? Have
Yeah.
you told them?
I'm
at
sure
all?
I'm sure they have because it's all just staged rubbish. They probably don't even get the money. Probably got like $10 just to be in the video.
Yeah, maybe.
It's terrible. I hate it. And I hate it how it's sort of just a popular thing now that gets shoved in your face with the algorithms.
Look, where are these rich people with all this money, and why aren't they coming up to me and asking me if I want $600?
We don't have
I'll take it.
We don't have anyone in Adelaide, do we? Do we have famous people on TikTok in Adelaide? Sure there are.
Sweet.
Actually, I think I saw an advertiser article about TikTok stars in Adelaide the other day.
I think they think they're stars, but
Yeah, maybe not on the world scale.
yeah. Look, I could go on about TikTok.
Yeah.
I've really gotten into TikTok.
Have you?
Yeah.
But we've got a TikTok.
We
we
do have a TikTok. We just don't know how to use it.
No.
Are
we going
I
to
know
put
how
stuff
to
on
scroll through TikTok. We're going to try. We're
Yeah.
going to try pretty hard to get TikTok going this year, I think.
I just realised I set this camera up in horizontal mode as well, which is no
That's
good
going
for
to
TikTok.
fuck our TikTok.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll crop down out.
All right.
We're gonna, yeah, that's fine. No one wants to see me ananyway.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
a
we
Facebook
can,
only video.
We can get into the Our Crow rhythm on TikTok. Yeah, see what I did there?
Ooh, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
That's definitely getting us 0 views.
Yeah.
That will be part of the TikTok.
I didn't see what you did there. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Can you explain it, Dad?
No.
It was mediocrity.
Mediocrity.
I have one more.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
still going?
Just one.
I've been on planes this week, and I'm 6'7". People who recline their seats on domestic flights.
Sounds like a you problem.
Oi, I paid for my ticket. I can recline my seat.
It is garbage. Between Adelaide and Melbourne, people think they can
Oh,
recline
I
their
know.
seat.
It's crazy.
Absolutely insane.
You can have a little nap there, mate, are you?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Little nap, 45-minute nap.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And as if the half an inch that it goes back is helping anybody sleep anyway. It's ridiculous. And
Terrible.
the thing that made me write this down was that there was a big guy in a seat next to me. He was not quite as tall as me, but he was really burly. Anyway, he should know better. He got in his seat and fucking reclined it.
You're just like, no.
No, I felt like saying, like, doesn't this annoy the hell out of you? Because his knees were chocked into the seat like mine were.
You know what that is, Sam? That's a dog act.
That is a dog act, actually. Yeah, we should.
Where's the sound?
You want to do an ad hoc
It's
one?
too early for it. No? When you're really brother guy and you put your seat back and say, no.
What a way to kick
wasn't-
dog act off for the year.
We did get a message today from Pete asking if we were doing a dog act tonight, so he sort of got one. I'm going to leave that in.
Dog act will be back.
Dog act
will
will
be
be
back.
back.
I got nothing.
I've stopped whinging. That's enough.
We didn't prepare.
No.
That is the mark of the year. I'll say now, no one will beat that.
All right, so we got our first proper look at the Crows team last week over in Perth. 7 quarters of absolute madness.
Did you actually watch it, Dan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Watched
checking.
Watched the
The KO
replay.
Mini.
No, there wasn't a KO Mini actually.
Oh,
they only
damn.
had the full game.
They had the highlights on YouTube, if anyone's interested.
But I think it's fair to say after those 7 quarters, we are the February fancies
Yeah.
for this year.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, it was really refreshing to actually win a trial match,
Yeah.
especially after last year's drumming.
Mm.
Or drumming? Drubbing.
Drubbing.
Yeah.
Drumming.
Oh, here we go. That was the first one I got wrong.
I think the scoreline, the official scoreline they showed at the end flattered us a bit because we technically won by 11 points, but it was nice to see after another 3 quarters that we won by like 500 points, but
Yeah.
it's fine. There was a few things, a few key things that I noticed from the game. There was obviously Rob's game, which we can talk about at some point. He's obviously in the leadership group this year, so some may say his position is quite safe. Murphy and McHenry, interestingly, were playing in the twos or the next sort of group.
Who would have thought?
And I thought that was interesting because they were both first choice players at the end of last year. And
I kept telling you.
yeah,
They
well,
did
mentioned
actually
all
start
three.
the game like in the first quarter. They were on the A's, but they came off pretty quick.
Yeah. That's when we started to get back in the game.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, yes. Did you know that we didn't get an inside 50 in that first quarter for 12 minutes?
Yeah. It was horrible at the start. That's
Really?
the main thing I wrote down.
it was all at Frio's end.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us some more thoughts, Sam?
Like that was just the main thing that I thought of. It's easy to get carried away with the fact that we won by 10 goals, and obviously you'd rather win by 10 goals than lose by 10 goals in these sort of matches. But realistically, the scoreline means absolutely nothing. And when the sort of it's hard to say that the whips were cracking in the first quarter, but they certainly made us look very poor in that first 10, 15 minutes. Our defence looked super shaky. They ran all around us midfield-wise as well. So,
We were like stun mullets.
We were. And it was great to see us come back into the game, but yeah, who's to say like whether that we were, just cruising into the game and just let them go off with it at the start. Who knows? It's really hard to say with these games.
I think it was a bit too much excitement. That's a long time to not play footy against someone that's not your own team.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was like most of it was quite positive. There was a really good flow through the corridor there. Skills weren't exactly polished, but I didn't mind some of it. And, players like Harry Schoenberg, Luke Pedlar, Tyler Brown, Rankin was just electric, which was just great. Like, it's just, I think there's a lot of good to come.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of that game.
Yeah. It's certainly hard to be disappointed by it for sure. Certainly once we got going, it was good to watch. I loved how they were playing Rankin. It's going to be great seeing him through the midfield, floating around that sort of half forward area. It's exciting times. It's
I think just our obvious sort of shaky areas are getting that right midfield mix is one, but then you probably the ruck and the defence are the sort of key areas I see us maybe struggling in.
Riley O'Brien, thoughts, Ben?
Sorry. Heavily lauded.
Bit unexpected asking you to talk in the podcast, Ben.
I was getting quite comfortable just sitting back and listening.
Do some vocal warm-ups.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say a lot of people's preference is to look at what our next ruck combination is going to be. So whether it's too early to go full just Thilthorpe and Himmelberg, but I wouldn't hate us going that way. But it feels a bit like last year where we were pretty slow in transitioning to some of the newer players in midfield. It feels a bit that way with our ruck this year. So I think it's going to happen. I think there's becoming more and more of an idea that Rob probably isn't going to be our long-term ruck. It's just a matter of how long we have to wait to see what our next setup's going to be.
Rob thinks he's going to be our long-term ruck.
Oh, Rob's a very confident man. So
he sure is.
Where's
wonder where he gets that from.
Yeah, why is that?
Are you prepared to say?
I think we all know where that confidence comes from.
Yeah, it's people calling for Strawn. Like I don't hate it, but he's not the answer either, in my opinion. He's not the way forward. He certainly looked better than Rob in that intra-club match, and then I don't know. I personally don't see him as the answer. I think I much prefer where Ben was going there, but like he said, it's probably going to be a while before we see the club take that approach.
It's interesting, Himmelberg getting thrown around a bit with the Himmelberg-Thilthorpe combination. Like, they haven't really played Himmelberg and ruck often. So it's interesting now when his career's on the line, that's been thrown about a bit. I wouldn't mind seeing it, to be honest. But
sounds like he's worked hard to get a bit stronger and tougher so he can compete a bit better
apparently,
in the ruck.
This is his first preseason without a shoulder injury or niggle, apparently. So it's the first time he's actually been able to lift weights properly and stuff like that. So that's obviously very positive for Elliot and Dragon.
The Dragon.
Yeah,
I actually yelled out Dragon to the TV when I was watching that game, so it's caught on. Go Dragon.
Matt Crouch.
Oh, I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I didn't mind him. I thought some of his inside 50 kicks were lethal, like a sniper.
Which is not a word we would usually use for Matt Crouch's kicking.
No. Ben has not as promising opinions on it.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think for me, partly from what Sam was saying with the telecast quality, the things that I saw of Matt Crouch were the times when he held the ball for about 10 seconds. I probably didn't see some of the quicker plays.
Was KO buffering or was it definitely him?
No, it was him. It was him walking forwards, coming back, going forwards, coming back. So
a bit of
that sounds like buffering.
Having said that, a couple of times when he did that, he did hit some good inside 50s.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're trying to build our speed in transition and getting the ball in quickly to a really potent forward line. And I think he has the potential still to be getting a little indecisive when he gets the ball, particularly at half-back, and it slows down our transition and it sort of ruins our chance of getting a clean entry into the forward line.
One thing I did like that one comment I read on social media was 92 minutes played, 38 minutes gained by Matt Crouch.
Yes.
I don't know. I think he'll get a look into the 22 a few more times this year.
Oh, no doubt. And I think Nick's the coaches, staff in general have kind of intimated that that's likely. So any Crows fans sort of out for blood when it comes to him probably just need to cool their jets a touch, I think.
But at least the overall balance this year seems they're keener to get a different mix in there, whereas last year it was very stagnant with what they were offering. It was pretty much just the same old, whereas we're getting different dynamics with the Rochelle and Rankin. They're keen to get Berry's getting a lot of time. Sligo's getting in there a lot. So it's not just the Crouch, Sloan, Laird gang. It's a newer mix.
Yep, love it.
What do we got here?
I don't know.
What's
It was
happening?
like,
Have a look at this.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
for Schoenberg.
to you.
Happy birthday to
Ben.
you. Happy birthday, dear Ben Schoenberg. Harry.
Well, see, Ben, we couldn't.
Happy birthday to you.
Liz, the cake deliverer.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Lizzie.
Look at that. Lizzie, you made that
Lizzie's
cake,
back
didn't
for season 2, everyone.
you? Yeah.
A few extra chocolates on there.
Just for the
that
for
a
the people
carrot?
only listening to the podcast, Ben has a cake which sorry? A unicorn cake, yep.
Ooh.
Absolutely not freshly made by us. Sorry, Ben, as you can probably
No.
tell by the shape.
We haven't forgotten Ben's birthday.
Oh, nice. Fruiville. Yeah, okay. Nice.
Would you like to
Bloody
blow out your
duh.
candles?
Yeah, you want to blow out your candles, Ben, before we set the
Right
mic
to the
alight?
microphone there.
Yeah.
Now, whilst
Hooray!
Ben,
Thanks, Lizzie.
Now, whilst Ben is enjoying his cake, we do have a very important player to talk about, and this player's got their own original Here We Crow segment. Sam. That's right, the original Fog Watch segment going 12 months strong. We're back. And
The original and the best. The one and
Darcy.
only Fog Watch.
Darcy Fogarty.
Not the only.
It's even got T-shirts.
The one and only.
So, Darcy Fogarty, how did we see his first game, the preseason match?
Can I
Yeah.
preface this with Darcy Fogarty prior to the match was ill and lost 5 kilos
That's
from
nuts,
illness.
isn't it? I did read that.
And he's still played like an absolute tree trunk.
Yeah.
I
I had
can't-
gastro a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I did not play an AFL match after that.
Did you lose
No.
5 kilos?
2.5.
5 is a lot.
Yeah, 5 is a lot.
Like
That is
that's
a
a lot, especially he's quite a big dude, but that's a lot of his frame. Anyway, love the Fog.
Yeah. Yeah. He's looking
He's
lethal.
really coming through. I think this year, we said it last year, that last year was going to be his year, but I think this year's.
We were off him at the start of last year.
Well, I think
remember?
last year was our, geez, we hope he's going to do something.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
this year we're like, well, if he can just do what he did at the end of last year, it'll be an amazing season.
Yeah.
We're hoping for 50 goals plus this year, I think.
Coleman?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, if he does what he did at the end of last
Yeah,
year,
could-
he's absolutely a chance, but he has to do it all year, which
If
is
Tex
the problem.
doesn't steal too many goals off him.
Yeah, what's the go with Tex?
Oh, he's back this week, I think.
Yeah.
Just managed.
Yep.
He's got, young family at home. Didn't want to be away for too long, I'd say.
Oh, is he only, he's over there though, isn't he?
He's over there now.
Oh, he
Yeah.
stayed here, did he?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, I didn't know that.
If you think back 12 months ago, all the talk was the Crows have no forward line other than Tex, because all the things was, Tex is out for the first few weeks. How are the Crows going to kick a single goal? I mean, he's good in the team, but on the weekend we didn't notice that we were missing a link in
Not
the
at
forward
all.
line. So
Not at all.
Beautiful. Well, another player that we're really excited about in 2023, we do hope goes to another level, is Harry Hazza Schoenberg. We do have a little special interview with Harry coming up right now.
Joining us tonight is a former Weagle who debuted for the Crows in 2020. He made his mark in a young midfield early, and we have loved watching him play. He's a country boy who stole our hearts with his hard-hitting footy. He's a little bit mongrel and a big bit bull. He is Harry Hazza Schoenberg. Welcome to Here We Crow, Harry.
Hey guys, how you going? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much. We are really pleased to have you because you're one of our favourites of this podcast. We don't say that to everyone. Now, before we kick off the interview, well, actually, we're doing the interview. Before we kick off the serious kind of football-related questions, we want to warm you up a little bit because we're all about warming up, bit of a pre-game warm-up at Here We Crow. Harry, tell us what your favourite beverage on a night out in the off-season is.
Favourite beverage? I'm actually not much of a beer man. I can't really drink beer and my guts goes a bit funny after I've had too many. So I don't mind the vodka lime sodas.
Oh, love it.
BLS.
Looking after your body a bit, but as the night goes on, don't mind a raspberry vodka as well.
I did call that.
I'll get around that. Raspberry is just so delicious.
Yeah,
it is. But
I don't mind a VCR as well.
Yeah.
All right, and we're all about music here at Here We Crow. We love some tunes. So I'm not sure what you're into, but what's your song that you're blasting up when you're warming up?
Yeah, I'm a big Eminem fan. So
Nice.
my dad used to love Eminem. He used to have all the CDs when I was younger, so I used to listen to them when I was with him.
Oh, that makes me feel so old.
I know. Did you just say your dad had the M&Ms?
Yeah. My dad used to love Eminem, so I used to just sort of just listen to his CDs, and then obviously that sort of just continued on. So I love pumping a bit of Eminem before footy.
There you go. My dad had Beatles and Peter, Paul and Mary. So.
That's so funny. Well, maybe you've already answered this question because maybe it's a bit of Eminem. But do you have a karaoke song that you go to?
Karaoke. I'm not the best singer. I don't think it's the karaoke bar.
I don't think you have to be a good singer. I've seen footage of Peddler and that at Lasinga.
Yeah, Lasinga. We've been there a couple of times after the season's finished, but I didn't really sort of get up there. I sort of was just watching. But I don't even know what I would sing. I'd probably just have to pick a song on the night. Sorry, guys.
Bust out Lose Yourself?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Lose yourself.
Lose Yourself. That might be a bit quick for me, I reckon. I'll the song, I reckon.
The quicker the better. The quicker the better.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Lauren said, Harry, you're one of the favourites of the pod. Dan's actually named his fantasy team after you this year. What's the actual name, Dan?
It's Harry Schoenberg Party House.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Don't mind that.
The midfield mixture is going to be fascinating this year. Do you feel like you've gone close to nailing your spot there in 2023?
Yeah, I think obviously there's a few boys putting their hands up, which is really a good thing for us in the midfield. I think in previous years we sort of just had your four standard midfielders, but this year, obviously adding Rankin into the team, he sort of come in. You see him at times play there. Obviously Rochelle will sort of play a bit there as well. But I think there's a lot of us sort of putting our hands up. Obviously I've had a reasonably good off season and pre-season, so I'm looking forward to this year. Obviously putting my hand up to sort of cement that spot. And obviously play some consistent footy there as well. So at the moment I can't say I've cemented the spot, but hopefully have a good game this Friday and then leading into round one.
Harry, with a few other guys sort of rotating through, as you said, Rochelle and Rankin, where would you rotate if you're going out of the midfield? What's your sort of secondary position?
Yeah. So obviously in my early days I did play a little bit forward, but that sort of changed a bit. I think I'll permanently just sort of be playing midfield. At times I might go out on the wing to just help out the boys with some rotations. But hopefully permanently just midfield time this year.
Cool. Very good. Now I've been doing a little bit of research this afternoon and discovered we've got a bit in common. We share a birthday, so happy birthday for last week.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yep. We remember your birthday, Hazza, but not Ben's.
My pod members tend to celebrate your birthday a bit stronger than mine, but that's just how it goes.
Did we post something about Schoenberg last year and didn't even know about Ben's?
Yeah.
Yes. So.
You knew. We didn't know you knew.
So
I'll make sure to say happy birthday to you next year.
Personal Twitter, whatever you want to do. That'd be great. So also the fact that you grew up in Marrable, I've got cousins and auntie and uncle that had a farm just between Marrable and Saddleworth, so know the area a little bit. So, and would it be safe to say the rodeo's kind of what puts it on the map, Marrable?
Yeah, well, if you've been to Marrable, there's not a whole lot going on out there. But, yeah, like you said, the rodeo and the bull ride, that happens once a year. So, yeah, not too many people know Marrable, but if they do, it's probably from, the bull ride.
That'll be where it's, Yep. Now we know there's, some footballers will be heading home. They complete activities such as, water skiing, resulting in unfortunate injuries. Have you been officially told by the club to avoid any bull riding events?
Oh, you would not see me dead on a bull ride, I reckon. They are scary things, but maybe the mechanical bull might get on that. But
the wool shed.
The wool shed. But I've never ridden a bull. I don't think I plan to.
Fair enough.
Now, Jordan Dawson was obviously made captain in the last couple of weeks. All the young boys have always touted Rory Sloane as one of the best people at the club, and he was a great captain for us, obviously, as well. But what is it about Jordan that the players see in him to lead the club going forward?
Yeah, I think obviously since Dawson's come across last year, he's just been a standout straight away on and off the field. I think obviously we know how good he is on the field, but probably goes underrated what he is actually like off the field. So he's just a great person. He loves getting around the younger boys, obviously being a bit younger than Sloaney, but he's just a great fella, obviously a great leader as well, and I couldn't be prouder of him to the next couple of years when he's going to be leading us. So I think it's a great choice by the club. Obviously, like you said, Sloaney was a great leader for the club for many years, and still going to be a massive role for him the next couple of years as well. Obviously not being the captain, but he's still going to be in that leadership group and obviously helping Dorse out and helping us young boys as well. So, it should be good and really looking forward to it.
Love it, Hazza. All right, we're going to wrap things up for you. But before we do, I just quickly want to say it was really good to see you guys get into the groove on Friday in the trial match. We're all looking forward to this Friday and really looking forward to round one, which unfortunately is not in Adelaide. I'm pretty bummed about that, to be honest. It feels like it's been an age since you guys haven't opened a season up at Adelaide Oval. Let's have a look. All right, we're doing a new thing with you, Harry. So this is a bit of a test trial for this segment, but we're gonna call this "Get to Know Your Crow." Now,
did you just come up with that then?
Yep, I sure did. Like I do everything. So basically, this isn't actually about you, Harry. This is about your fellow teammates, and basically, what we want you to do is throw a few under the bus. So I'll give you a few.
No worries. Straight in.
He's on board.
Yeah.
All right, here's one for you. Who looks in the mirror the most?
Ben Keys or Luke Pedler.
Luke
that's
Pedler.
a surprising one.
That's a surprising one. Yeah.
Luke Pedler pretends he doesn't, but he's always in the mirror.
Is he just like flexing
hair, like flexing muscles? Like if the club, if the Instagram posts a photo of him, he'll repost on his story.
I've noticed that actually.
Nice.
Yeah. Look, I'll give him that. Most of you do, I guess. All right. Next, who do you avoid sharing a hotel room with?
Probably Luke Pedler as well. I went to Europe with him over in the off season, and he was just filthy, clothes everywhere. But he would be one. Who would else be one? Probably Riley O'Brien as well, because apparently he snores. And I couldn't deal with snoring.
Oh, geez. All right. Last one. Well, I've got a few here, and I don't know which ones to ask you, which could be a bit too naughty. All right. Here's one for you. Let's see if you can answer this one. If not, I'll ask you another one. Who has the most DM requests from hot babes?
DM requests. Oh,
who's always like, check out my message request folder. Look at all these hot babes in here.
Who would it be? There's a fair bit of boys lobbed up at the moment, so they've got a fair few boys have misses, but
Oh, they're not checking that folder.
Nah, probably Joshua Shelley, a young boy.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah, of course.
young, good-looking boy. So he's sort of come into the club from Melbourne, and yeah.
You're not hesitating because it's you, are you, Harry?
No, it's not me. No way.
He's a good boy, Sam.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. But yeah, I'll probably say Rochelle, definitely.
All right.
I'm going to give you one. I'm actually going to ask this question to everyone we interview this year.
Okay.
Who's the nicest Port player?
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's the nicest Port player?
Yeah, or are they all flogs? You can say that.
Nah. I had a chat with Zach Butters after I saw him out and about after our last game last year. He was actually not too bad of a fella. I'll just go with Butters.
All right, nice. Good one. Love it, Harry. Thank you very much for joining us on Here We Crow. We really appreciate it. We're wishing you the best of luck for this week, this season. Of course, we're hoping you're creeping up to the 8 there.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Smash it, Harry.
See if we make the final for you.
That'd be nice.
Awesome. Thanks, Harry.
Mate.
No worries, guys. See you later.
Dangerfield looks like he's out cold.
So that was a great chat with Harry Schoenberg. I think we can all agree. But let's get into some other pre-season chat.
I like it how we were so hyped up for that interview, and Dan's new lead-ins for it and lead-outs were just like monotone.
Get stuffed. I was very excited.
And here's our interview with Harry Schoenberg. And then Lauren comes in and like, "Wow, Harry!"
Do that again. Is that how I talk? Shit. Lucky it wasn't Shane.
Who wants to talk about other pre-season goss?
What else happened?
I've got some pre-season goss.
Go
for it.
Shane McAdam.
Oh, we didn't talk about him in the Crows chat before.
No, he's looking good. He's looking strong. He's come back from his hamstring or whatever it was last year. But what is with the Adelaide Crows social media page legit trolling me this week?
I think they are.
Now, everyone knows that I think Shane is a mad hottie. Like I've said before, I'm way too old for him. Also, I have a boyfriend and I'm not hot enough. But
who runs the social media? It's not Reese, is it?
No, I don't.
Hetherington, isn't it?
I don't know who's doing the social media, but I've asked them several times to stop posting these thirst traps of Shane McAdam, and they are not listening. In fact, they are doing it more.
They're doubling down.
And I just feel like you guys are doing this on purpose, and I think it's really mean.
Like, what was going on with his one with the sunnies on and like the towel hanging over his...
Oh, with the backpack?
Yeah.
So that's now my screensaver on my phone. Because it's the coolest photo ever. I actually think that's a really great photo. Like,
he looks like he's about to fly a plane.
He looks like he's like in the he's a Backstreet Boy. He's like proper Backstreet Boy.
Yeah.
I love it. What about the one of him giving Riley Philthorpe a bit of a stretch? Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Now, I just want to just to check if they are listening, if social media team have checked this out and they are trolling you, Lauren, I want them to post a video of Shane McAdam lip syncing to "I Want It That Way." If that comes up, you know it's happening.
Yeah, or they could just like send me a personalised video from Shane McAdam, really, couldn't they?
Probably. Yeah.
I mean,
anyway, our pre-season goss.
We've got more pre-season goss.
Do we? What else we got?
Jordan Dawson is the captain now.
He is the captain.
He's the captain. Look, we were pretty off Sloaney last year.
Yeah.
I mean, for good reason.
Yeah.
When just before he did his knee, he kind of had a really good game. Great form in the trial game on Friday.
Yeah.
Actually, really loved him on the wing.
Yeah.
But I'm down with this decision to hand over the captaincy to Dawson.
Yeah, I think he felt a bit of pressure because there was a few other clubs and a few other captains from other clubs that were doing the same thing in his position. So I think there was a little bit of that outside pressure, which probably helped push him over the edge. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have made that call if the other clubs hadn't or the other captains hadn't. But, I think we were pretty maybe harsh on Sloaney last year.
No, we weren't too harsh, no.
Because there was a lot of talk, he was in the media saying, like, I'll be back in the midfield next year and, once I'm right, that's where I'll be sort of attitude, which didn't sort of sit that well with us. I don't know. He looks fit.
It's not the last you'll hear of Sloaney on this pod because we do have a segment planned at some point.
Yes.
Don't give all of our secrets away.
Yeah.
In episode
it will be
0.
the original and best Roy
Someone will
Sloaney.
steal it.
Yeah, someone.
Ben, you got something to add to this?
All right, we've got to give all the podcasts
We
their
haven't given
ideas.
Ben many opportunities to speak.
That's
This won't be one of
I
those.
think
Choked last time I threw to him.
literally.
It's just a bit of a residual cold. No, I think it was a good choice. Dawson really likes his golf, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So that
That's
goes
all
well
you
with your
need
booking.
in a captain.
In
Likes golf.
previous interviews,
Tip.
he's talked about himself and his partner, being pretty wholesome. So I think we'd have a bit in common. But if me and Jordan, we could hang out, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon you could too.
I don't think he'd want to, but I think we could.
Rory Sloane was a bit wholesome as well.
Don't be so down on yourself.
I think we'd have some common interests.
I wonder if Jordan Dawson swears as much as Rory Sloane.
Oof, you reckon? Nah, he seems quiet.
Yeah, can't really see him dropping an F-bomb.
No, once you get put in that captain chair, things change, and you start like having to motivate men, and you're like, yeah, fucking.
Oh, so that's why you're a leader.
That's exactly how Dawson would say it.
See, I don't know it because I don't lead men.
So, Dan,
I'm a father of daughters.
I am super motivated right now, Dan.
Oh, how good. Yeah.
Play the loose cannons.
I'm gonna G you all up before the next podcast. All right.
Those loose cannons were
You're
a
going to
parody.
attack. You're going to attack that fucking microphone, right?
Oh boy! Wow, boy, am I motivated. Well done, Dan. That was good. Do you think? Do we think that the captaincy will hurt or motivate Dawson through the year? Is he one of those guys that might sort of drop with a captaincy role or
Hell no.
pick up? No, yeah,
He's going to crush it.
yeah. I certainly hope so.
I think it will give him a big confidence boost.
Do you think that him being handed the captaincy either this year or next year was part of his contract deal?
No, that's not a thing they talk about in contracts.
What about?
I disagree, but continue.
You disagree? Tell us more.
Oh no, I just think that it was they were doing everything they could to make sure he came to the Crows over Port. I don't think there's any major coincidence that he's now sitting as the captain 1 year in. But anyway, I could be completely wrong. I'm not saying I know anything.
So the elephant in the room, the elephant in the room that everyone talks about is how this affects Tom Doedee. What are our thoughts there?
What are your thoughts, Dan?
Yeah,
Oh, look,
Mr. 39.
I have a 39 on the back of my Crows Guernsey, and I don't think Tom's season was too crash hot last year as well.
He was plagued with injuries we didn't know about, though.
He's been plagued with injuries his whole career since he did that knee. So it's a tough one because he's never really hit his stride, I don't think, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether he's still in the leadership group. He wasn't, I don't think.
So was Rob.
Look, Mark Bickley made a good point this week, and that was that, like, he has put in a lot of time and a lot of his career into the Crows. He's bought a house here with his partner. They've got a dog. They're renovating their house. Like, he seems pretty settled here. I mean, that's not to say that he wouldn't pack up and go if he had the opportunity. He's obviously got family in Melbourne, and
Don't forget he stuck around when we weren't playing him as well.
well, there's
early
that
on.
as well. And, you know, we've put him through a lot of rehab and really stuck by him in that time. There's no way we don't offer him a contract. I think, yeah, it'll really come down to his own personal decision. I think it's not going to be because he doesn't want to be at the Crows. So, yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
What else happened? Plenty happened, didn't it?
Jack Ginnivan did some blow.
Oh, God.
On the nose beers.
And how was that managed afterwards as well? That was
Pretty
between
Collingwood-like.
Channel 7 and Collingwood and, yeah.
I just think, like, if you're one of those real popular social media players, apparently, like, it's a rite of passage to do some drugs. Luckily, we didn't have any of those players, touch wood, since Brad Crouch.
Are you saying none of our players take drugs?
Well, I don't know if they do, so I'm
They've never shared
categorically
with Dan.
No.
Hey,
Not even
Sam.
after a big motivational speech.
categorically no.
No, categorically no.
Can we talk about how North Melbourne are in a sinking hole right now?
Yeah, what the hell? I only read about that this afternoon.
Wait, what?
Jeez.
I haven't read that yet.
There's a bit of a culture clash between North and Clarkson at the moment.
Really?
Doesn't sound like
Tell
it's
us
gonna end
more.
well.
This could be hot off the press for some people, like me.
Like you. I'll just talk to you then.
Hot off the press.
No, I read the headline and the first paragraph. I'll be honest. So
Can you rehash it?
No.
Well, look, obviously, Taron Thomas,
back.
He's back after some pretty serious allegations from multiple women of some severe misconduct. We won't get into that too much. But Clarko has found himself in hot water again after telling a Channel 9 news reporter, a female reporter, that her time will come.
I did see that.
Which was also one of the abusive messages that Taron sent to one of the victims of his alleged abuse. So not the best choice of words there, Alistair, especially when the whole Hawthorn thing is still hovering over your head.
Yeah,
Is Alistair Clarkson a fuckhead?
I saw that he did. I saw that he did then say this afternoon. One thing I did read is him saying, "I can't promise that won't happen again." Like, surely you have to promise it won't happen again, right?
Just shut up.
What's that whole racism thing's being
swept under the rug?
Swept, isn't it?
I think it's a little too inconvenient. They've got their two fancier members of the AFL community to do anything about it.
Yeah, I think so too. Like that's just having said that, the guy who reported it all's on fraud charges, isn't he? The reporter.
Oh God,
I'm not sure that's got anything to do with.
Doesn't
the
necessarily discredit the stories of people's lives that they've gone through.
Let's just.
I think there was some intimating that it may have as well, whether that was muckraking by the AFL, but yeah.
Just rewinding slightly, Taron Thomas. Would you have him back at your club after those allegations? I certainly wouldn't. But
yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
As a female member, if someone at the Crows was accused of that, I would not want them at the club. They need to be stood down until
physically assaulting someone.
Yeah, I feel like maybe just pack it in until the court case is over and then reassess. But I guess North Melbourne are very desperate.
Are they? I don't know if they're desperate enough to have someone like that back at the club, but clearly they are.
Oh, obviously, Paul Seedsman obviously placed on the inactive list. That's really sad. I can't see him coming back after this.
Nah, he's done.
They're using his spot now as well.
Really disappointing. Yeah.
Absolutely shattering. But, he's got a baby on the way, which is great news for him. So, family first, all of that, health first.
Speaking of families and having your own sauna, we have some predictions.
That is the worst segue you've ever done.
Or best segue, depending on how you look at it. Bozza has sent us a recording of his predictions for season 2023, and we're going to play that. We haven't heard this yet.
Yeah, this is a first react of Bozza. He's in the sauna.
Hey peeps, welcome back for round one or the last practice game. Short and sweet tonight, under the pump as always. I got my team from half-back or full-back line of Hinge, Butts and Murray. Half-back, Miller, Dude and Dawson. On the centre line I got Sloan, Berry, Saligo. Half-forwards of Rochelle, Tex and McAdam. And full-forward line of Rankin, Fogg and Thorpe. Not many surprises in there. Maybe just the fact that Sloan's starting and Smith isn't. It's probably the biggest one for me. Ruck line of Strawn, Laird and Shoe, and a bench of Himmelberg, Pedler, Smith and Bobby Crouch. For the vest, couldn't make up my mind, so it's going to come from Scholl, Brown, Keane, Keezy or Jones. So you guys can discuss that one, but welcome back for round one, and I'll speak to you next week. Thanks for having me again. Cheers.
Bozza.
On your Bozza? No, you're right. That audio was terrible.
Yeah, Bozza was getting smothered by a pillow while he's talking to us.
Yeah, I hope he wasn't up to anything negative there.
The steam was really intense in the sauna tonight. It was clogging up the speaker.
Few surprises there.
Yeah, I think he's mostly okay. Obviously, notable omissions of Rob and Murphy and McHenry, which is no surprise, and I 100% agree with him. This team was fine to me, I think.
I mean, apart from the obvious fact that Strawn's not going to play ahead of Rob, which we kind of wish he would, but he won't. I think his on-field, apart from maybe Smith, I can't see Smith starting on a bench, but maybe he will. I don't know. I think we can agree Bozza's on-field team is pretty spot on. That is my comment on that.
On your bozzer.
On your Bozza.
Welcome back.
Bozza's been up and about on Twitter this year so far. If you don't follow Bozza, I don't know if it's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not for the Crom fans
But
either.
we find it fun. Yeah, no Crom.
That's our slogan this year. No Crom.
Bozza is not a fan. Yes. But no, that was, I'd be happy if I saw that round one. That'd be nice.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
So this week we tackle West Coast on Friday evening. It's another 7-hour slog.
It's a normal game, isn't it?
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
I'm clearly up.
proper trial game this week.
So glad I made Dan host.
Yeah, it's
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Yeah, it's also on actual Foxtel this time, so we won't have to deal with one camera.
Yeah, good. I'm actually going to watch the game potentially with our Carlton Nuffy, Jason Morrison, on Friday night. So
just didn't think you'd invite us.
No, it's a bit of a family affair.
Yeah, that's all right.
What about you here with Crow family?
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Do we mean nothing to you?
You're my Tuesday night family.
Yeah, that's it.
So let's talk about that. What do we think is going to happen this week against West Coast? Now, Port obviously got bumped off by them last week, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah, yet again means absolutely nothing, but yeah.
Well, for Port, it means everything.
Does it? Pre-season?
For the Crows, it means nothing.
I reckon, is Nick Nat playing? Is he injured?
He's always injured, isn't he?
Yeah, true.
If he's playing, he's going to run all over Rob, and Rob won't get selected in round one.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch any of the other games.
No.
Did anyone watch any of the others?
No, I flicked across for the last 5 minutes of the Port game because the Crows game had just finished, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, so I don't know. I've not prepared at all for this West Coast
So
game.
we've got some great insights ahead of this game.
Well, West Coast are a bit of a... I mean, are they going to be terrible like last year, or have they got enough players coming back where they'll actually play as good as their list looks like? So
Elliot Yeo, you put him in your dream team?
Yeo.
Oh, well, he's a lock for your dream team, yeah.
Yeah, he has to be.
Yep.
Yeah. We've got our league all filled up again for another year.
That disappeared. Thanks, guys. We even bumped it up to 20 and it still disappeared.
Yeah, can't wait to get flogged by all of you. No, I've actually got a pretty good team, hey.
Fantasy is going to be huge. Do you want to give us some highlights of your fantasy team, or is that going to be giving it away for...
Maybe if we just say how many Crows players we've got.
How many Crows players has each person got? Yeah, let's talk about that.
I've got Dawson, Parnell. I got Woozle in there, but I'm going to have to take him out now. I got Laddie, I got Schoenberg, and I've got Nank, Pedler, Taylor on the bench.
Nank?
Why would you choose Nank? He's not going to play.
Well, Lauren's already
because he's cheap as fuck. I've got a pretty hectic midfield that cost, and my rucks cost me a shit ton. So I've kept the bench quite sparse.
Yeah, okay. Actually, this is one thing I was gonna. Is there any Crows that you think are like a lock? Like who from the Crows do you think people should be picking
in their fantasy team?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always Rory Laird.
He's so expensive though. So
yeah, I haven't gone.
It's Dawson.
I've actually
Dawson's
gone Dawson.
The man.
Yeah, I've picked Dawson this year so far. I haven't picked Laird though.
I've only got
so expensive.
I've only got 2 Crows in my team, and it's Dawson and Pedler on the bench.
Yeah. What about you, Ben?
I only have Pedler.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've done it again. Although I've managed to work Laird and Oliver into my midfield.
Yeah.
So and Elijah Hollins. So watch out, boys.
Elijah Hollins, that's an interesting pick too. Maybe get his brother. He's cheaper. And
Look, don't fuck up. This took me ages, all right? Like,
don't
fuck me around here. Sorry. I already have to take Woozle out, and that's going to ruin some shit.
Last year? You had to spend the first 5 weeks fixing all your Crows selections.
Yeah, because I didn't know what I was doing then, but now I have some idea. No, but I reckon we're on something this year. We'll be right.
You should have a whole team of players that you can't pronounce properly.
I've got Gorn and Jackson in my ruck.
Yeah.
I got Bolton, Kerno in my forwards.
Who's Bolton?
Shy Bolton.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to go all right. You just watch out.
You'll definitely win a game.
My team's garbage.
Love the enthusiasm.
I haven't actually finished mine yet. I need to get onto that.
Oh, great. I'm just giving you all the hot tips.
Has anyone changed their team name this year?
Nah, still Let's Beyblade. Yeah.
Well, I mentioned mine during the Harry interview, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Did you?
Mine's the same.
Yeah, I didn't even know how to change it.
Fraser Cranes.
Yeah, I've changed my picture though.
Oh yeah.
I've got dragon breathing fire as my picture now.
Why would you change from Fraser Cranes anyway?
That's true. Exactly. Yeah.
You're right.
What else is new? Are we doing social media?
No.
Bozza wants us to talk about the leadership group.
Hit the stinger.
Out of bounds on the full.
Now, Bozza said that Dawson was chosen over Dude. It was clear this was a longer-term appointment in case Dude goes home. No disrespect to Ben, but instead of him, Smith and Dr. Rob, it should be a future leader, in my opinion. Dawson, Dude, Berry, my choice. Now,
I didn't take any disrespect.
I didn't think you would. A lot of people on social media and in the Facebook comments and Instagram comments, I noticed, were going, where's Rory Laird? Where's Rory Laird? Why isn't Rory Laird in the leadership group? Do you guys not know Rory Laird at this point? He is not a guy who wants to be in a leadership group. He leads by example. He doesn't need to be in a leadership group. How do you not know this yet?
Yeah.
Comments?
Yeah. No, I think there's a reason why he's not. And I don't think he cares. So it's fine. I think that's just a decision that's made.
I think he's a very individual athlete. He's not really about leading others. And that is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
not
fine.
everyone has to be a leader.
If he's out there getting 40 disposals every week, I don't really want him pissing around trying to think he has to, do something different and lead.
He's just so obviously such an introverted person. I mean, I know Dawson kind of comes across like that, but he obviously isn't, which is why he's captain.
Yep.
Anyway, just shut up.
Yeah. It was sort of the day after we had our leadership change. They did the old AFL Daily pod with Purple and somebody else.
Your mate Purple.
He got set up with the old question of, do you think, getting someone who's only been at the club for 12 months and now they make him captain, does this show a complete void in their, leadership material of the club? And strangely enough, Purple goes, yes, I think it does. So, I don't know. It's a pretty easy hit for him. But when you do look at the leadership group, you go, well, maybe we should be blooding a few younger players into that group. It is a lot of the really experienced players that are in there at the moment. So it'd be nice to have at least one coming through, like a lot of people talking about Berry with his rise at the moment.
Yeah.
But it'd be good to see another younger member of the team jumping into that leadership group maybe next year.
Yeah.
Maybe Rankin.
I think we need to address the bigger topic in that you listen to AFL Daily.
It was the one time.
What even is that?
I do have a low Purple tolerance nowadays.
Yeah. You're a big sounding board fan.
I used to listen to it when I lived in Cooktown and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. I give the old one a listen. It hasn't got any better. Pete asked, are Spider stories back, Dan? Have we got any more? You don't need to do it now, but have you got some for this year?
Look, I can go back in the memory bank to find some. There's not any new material.
I was saying to Dan, we've got Sammy the Spider, a little pet spider that we've taken on, a little huntsman that sits next to our dining table.
Yep, I don't care to meet.
He's a friendly little spider.
But we can get some spider stories from friends of the pod, maybe.
And are we going to discuss Razor comparing our New Zealand stats versus everybody else in Australian football? Podcast rankings.
I did put a bit of a cheeky tweet out this week and called us the number one Adelaide Crows podcast, which we obviously are.
Well, you just choose your own metrics, really, don't you?
Yeah.
You just say number one in whatever you want to do.
Yeah, the football in New Zealand.
Number one in Darcy Fogarty segment.
Most dog acts.
But we're ranking number 21. I mean, that's pretty good.
New Zealand.
If you're on the ARIA chart, that's pretty high.
I'm pretty sure I was in New Zealand and I was just telling one of our my travel mates about our podcast and he downloaded them all and that's why we're there.
Honestly, how does this work? Because why does it say New Zealand?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you put us in the wrong region?
No, I think it's just that's where we polled last week.
Fucking yeah. Cool.
They do fluctuate extremely from week to week though, so there's not a lot of reading into these numbers.
Don't say that, Ben. We're number one.
Obviously, the New Zealand one is the pick of the ones that you want to get, but they do fluctuate.
Yeah, and also to anyone that usually follows us on Instagram, we will get better at putting some stuff on there. Sorry, I forgot.
Will we? Well, don't promise anything.
We usually do those questions on the stories and people like them. Like Jack, he likes that. So yeah, we'll get back on that.
Yeah, we'll try harder. We're trying harder with everything this year.
Yeah, we got
going by this episode. It doesn't sound like it.
Nah.
This is the pre-season episode.
This is pre-season. This is episode. Are we calling it episode 0 or 1?
we're just calling it 0, and we're laying the foundations for the season ahead.
Yeah.
For the grand final.
Now, we're not even clear on our opening lineup. This may change. We may not have all of these people on the table next week.
Sam's fired.
Yeah.
What, me?
He's renting his house out to us from now on.
Oh, I might not have a house soon.
But for those who missed it as well, we do have a new merchandise item up in the store. It is a special commemorative Step Brothers themed T-shirt of Rochelle and Saligo. Did we just become best friends?
We are back, and we're back with some hot merch items. Now, I just want to point out that the designs that we've put up, the Fogwatch, Tackleberry, what else? We got Better Call Solly.
Desk.
These are limited. We are going to come up with some new designs, and those will be taken down. I think I'm going to keep Daddy up because I just think the Daddy shirts should be a sellout. But we will be changing it up. So if you haven't gotten a shirt and you think you want one, get onto it ASAP.
Yep. They will only be up for a year or so get in quickly.
And stocks are unlimited.
Sam has a whole room full of them.
We're actually sitting on the boxes.
Yes. But no, what Lauren is saying is, yes, we are going to ditch them once we have new stuff. We just need to find new stuff first.
And it will come. But in the meantime, hurry up, get some shirts, because you're also supporting the podcast by buying some shirts.
We're also going to have a proper supporter option soon. We're just working through how we're going to do that logistically. But if anyone wants to support us, we're not going to go down the Patreon route, but there might be another option.
Something else I'd like to throw out there. And this won't definitely happen, but if you want to hit us up with some ideas for merchandise or something you'd like to see that you'd rather buy than the Crows merch on their website with your 30% discount or whatever it is, hit us up. We'd love to hear your ideas.
We'll give those people a 30% discount. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, if you come up with an idea that we use, we will give you 30% off that design.
Oh, this was not discussed.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out.
Dan's funding it himself.
Shooting it from the hip.
Yeah.
Dan's actually going to buy it for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, are we done? This is it.
We're done.
Let's talk about the Sun Bear Hazy.
Yeah. What do you think?
Tonight? I like it.
Yeah, it was pretty easy drinking, wasn't it?
Too easy.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little addition to core range. If anyone just likes a bit of it's not super fruity, but it's reasonably fruity, very easy to drink, low percentage. Look, for a warmish afternoon, it's great beer.
They go all right, Little Bang. They've just opened up a new spot, haven't they?
Not yet. It's been announced in Tonsley.
I'm way ahead of the game, mate.
Cellar. It's going to have they're going to have a bottle shop in there and a big new venue, so it's going to be pretty cool, I think. What was that? Oh.
I'm worried.
Ben, how'd you
Very
feel about
professional.
it?
Oh.
As you said, easy to drink.
Yep.
Went down all right.
Now we're having Lauren, did you have any comments?
No.
Lauren was on TikTok.
It was fine.
So hit us up on the socials as you normally do. We'd love to hear from you over the next 2 weeks. We're going to have a week off next week. I'm in Sydney. Everyone else is doing other things, and
no, we're just not doing it because you're in Sydney. That's the whole thing. You're to blame. Hey, but just FYI, we actually have a couple of big weeks coming up when we come back. We have some special guests, and obviously our Nuffies will be back.
Woo!
And it's going to actually be pretty large. So tune in.
You got any sneak peeks for us?
We have a guest who we've had before coming back on to the program.
Right.
Yep, that's
Jason.
I've got that.
Jason, Dan's mate.
No, we don't play Carlton.
I'm sure Jason will come on the show at some point in the year, but it's not Jason.
Okay. Did we end up having luck with GWS?
I've got some Nuffies on the dial, Ben.
Beautiful.
Some Nuffies we've never met. They're all from Melbourne, I think, which is weird.
Yeah,
but
right.
I'm lining something up, and we're also going to have a musical guest in the next couple of weeks. So that's
Do
what
we know
up.
about that?
Yep, I've told you about it.
All right. Excellent.
Clearly, I blocked that out.
Because it's not you, Dan.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to the first episode of Here We Crow for this year, titled Episode 0. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, and thanks, Hazza Schoenberg, for coming on too.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So good.
This has been Here We Crow.